My name is Toby Foreman, and I am one of the two co-directors of the middle school jazz band we have here in Lexington. Thank you all so much for coming out and celebrating our semester together today. My other co-teacher, I believe, is grabbing more chairs down the hall right now, but his name is Greg Tracy. Maybe he's coming down there at some point. Oh, no, there he is. We've been running this program together for since the beginning of the school year. It's a beginning jazz program for students who either are amateurs or have never done it before. It's a great place for people to get started. We have 3 tunes we've prepared for you tonight. The first 2 is just going to be us, and then for the third we're going to combine with some of the high schoolers behind us. This first one is called Blues by 5 by Red Garland. next on our program is Mr. Cool by Mike Steino. tune this evening, or for the middle school group, we're going to combine and invite our high school students to come up and join us. So middle school students, can you find your other seats? And high school students, can you come on up? All right, so this is the combined high school and middle school jazz program performing Song for San Miguel. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, okay. so much. We're going to transition. You're going to hear two of the high school big bands now.
All right. Well, hello everyone. We're the Jazz Big Band. We're one of two high school bands here. This is the non-audition group, so students can just sign up and play, which we're very happy about and very proud about. So we have a real mix of instruments here, including some less common, for example, flute and tuba. You will see tuba in jazz big bands sometimes, but not regularly. But we've got Joy over there on tuba, and he's aptly named because he will bring you joy with his tuba. And then Isabella on flute, who I guess there's no pun to make with Isabella's name, but she's going to sound amazing. So anyway, big band, just to double check. Sorry, we have to rehearse for 2 seconds here. So Isabella's going to solo first, okay? Isabella's going to solo first, and then Sebastian, you're second, and we'll do backgrounds for Sebastian. Okay, everybody clear? Okay. I guess we can call that an open rehearsal. So we'll go ahead and play now. unsung. So we're going to swap with the jazz ensemble, the other high school group. So big band, you're going to head back there. Jazz ensemble, you're going to come up here.
So thank you for staying. This is the Jazz Ensemble. It is our honors big band here at the high school. My name is Pat Donaher. I'm the director. We're going to play 2 tunes for you. While everyone else at the beginning of their break, we were down in New York City playing at the Charles Mingus Invitational High School Jazz Festival. Charles Mingus is one of the great composers of jazz, so we thought we'd play, partially because we're just learning all the new music, we thought we'd play what we played for the folks in New York for you, so 2 of those tunes. The first one is called Jelly Roll. It's named for one of the early pioneers of jazz. Jelly Roll Morton was the first musician to have notated jazz compositions. He was also enormously self-aggrandizing and lied about many things about his life. So this tune kind of, imagine the role of sort of a two-bit hustler. And that's going to be sung by Annalise Goldsmith here. So, Jelly Roll. The lyrics for the older folks in the house are by Elvis Costello. Yeah, you're on the trio. We just lost a trumpet player. I'm sure we'll get him right back.
Is this like a 30-minute? But we don't need it. We don't need it. All right.
One, two, one,
But when do you suppose we like to cast off all these charlatans?
Annalise Goldsmith. You also heard from Ben on saxophone, Miyasa on trombone, Zichen on clarinet, Sean on trumpet, Malcolm on bass, and Caden on drums. I'm going to do one more for you. In I believe it was 56 or 57, Orville Faubus, the governor of Arkansas, tried to block the Little Rock decision by standing in front of a schoolhouse in Little Rock, Arkansas. Mingus, like many, was outraged by this action, and rather than try to do some grand poetic thing, he decided to mock Orville Faubus. So this is the Fables of Faubus. Lexington High School Jazz Ensemble. That was Adi on tenor sax and viola and piano. Before you go, I would love to invite you back. We will be back here on Friday the 27th with our small group concert. It's called our Jazz Night, and it'll be all music of Duke Ellington. And then on the 16th of April, we'll be welcoming a guest artist, Hannah Marks, who's a remarkable bassist and composer who's working a lot, sort of touring all over the place. She's going to be joining us for a couple of days, and that concert's going to be fantastic, so we hope to see you again. Have a great night. Jazz Ensemble, see you at rehearsal.